We can't keep doing this.
You can't keep getting away with it!
It's a couple of weeks into the Black Ops 6 integration into Warzone, and I'm only reminded of every integration we've ever had in Call of Duty for Warzone. And let's talk about that. So I'm dropping in here on Plunder. We're going to be running some Frostline and C9, so the MP5-ish gun. And let's talk about the status of Warzone. So this isn't my first integration with Warzone. In fact, it's been quite a few over the last 5 years. One of the things I remember from the first integration, the first Black Ops integration into Warzone, was that a lot of the weapons came out and they were absolutely useless. And that was for the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War version of the game. And after that, things never really got better on integrations. And so today, I'm kind of bringing this crazy idea. Call me crazy all that you want, but I'm sure there's a lot of you that are going to be agreeing with me as soon as I say it, and then a lot of you that will also agree with me by the time I'm done here, which is Warzone needs deleted. It needs to go. Warzone has been causing so many issues for the Call of Duty community for a long while, and I don't see a moment where this is going to get better. Every time that they want to update the game, they break Warzone to try to rebuild it or something. I really couldn't even begin to tell you why they do it the way they do, but pretty much every time Call of Duty releases an update for Warzone, the game is not in a good stance. And I don't think that they actually know how to do it. Because here's the issue. Now, Black Ops, this one received 4-year cycle to be able to work on all this stuff. And I'm sure that Ravensoft probably got a hold of this maybe a few months ago at best. So I'm not going to even hold Ravensoft too at fault for what's going on here, except for the fact that maybe someone somewhere should have probably spoke up about this stuff. And that is the fact that every time they bring in these integrations, I don't feel like the team has been given enough time to actually properly integrate. And I would love to say, oh my god, this integration was the best thing that's ever happened. But realistically, we went a couple of steps forward and a whole lot of steps backwards. Like, to the point where I don't even feel like that any of the alterations that we have made while learning to play Modern Warfare 3 mean anything. I am stuck in a corner there. And all those alterations and all those quality of life changes, they're just dead in the water now. Like, we're gonna have to like reintegrate all this stuff all over again. And I don't think that it's good for anybody anywhere in any part of this game that we continue to have to spend months reintegrating quality of life changes that we've already had. And again, Ravensoft is doing an amazing job. They are every day, there is patch notes where they're updating something, they're fixing something else, they're fixing bugs, and I know that Ravensoft really isn't probably even the primary issue behind all of this. It's probably somewhere down the corporate ladder, in which it's believed that basically every Call of Duty is a 3-week multiplayer cycle meant to sell people to play Warzone, because Warzone was the largest moneymaker out of Call of Duty since COVID came out. Because with COVID and all of that, basically what ended up happening is everybody played Call of Duty Warzone, and all of the free-to-play made a bunch of people get access to it because they weren't limited by buying a game, which then converted a lot of those free users into paid users because they would buy bundles, turning out tons of money. It worked for Fortnite. Call of Duty figures they're going to do it the same as well. And the problem is, there is no Fortnite 2, you know? There is no Fortnite 2.0. Apex Legends doesn't release a yearly Apex 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. All of what these games have in common versus anything from Activision is they don't spend their entire time trying to make a square wheel work. They have a round wheel, and they continue to use the round wheel and then put fancy new bells and whistles inside the game. Does it always work? No. I've played plenty of Apex, and there is great times and there are terrible times. And I've played a little bit of Fortnite, and most of it's terrible for me because I don't like third-person shooters, but I understand the value that Fortnite brings to the Battle Royale genre and to the free-to-play genre. It does everything better. Again, even as a person who doesn't like Fortnite, I know that Fortnite does pretty much everything better. You want events? Fortnite can do it. Do you want new guns? Fortnite does it. You want new skins, Fortnite kills it. You want any sort of thing, big dances, celebrity integrations. It doesn't matter what it is. Fortnite is the BR equivalent of Simpsons. Like, Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it. Like, over and over again, Fortnite has already done it, and it's done it better. And so at this point, we need this to happen. Warzone needs to be deleted. Just gone. Absolutely gone. And then they need to relaunch Warzone as its own independent, standalone, only version of the game, and nothing else. If we could get rid of this absolutely atrocious idea that every single time Call of Duty releases a new game, they need to rework the entire Warzone system to just make it have something arbitrary, you know, we would be in such a better place. We would be in absolutely such a better place if every time Warzone was its own standalone game. Sure, they integrated the guns as they came in. Sure, they integrated the skins as they came in. And you can do quality of life changes and updates and everything like that. But we don't need them to release a new engine with a new something another every time. We've had this game just completely changed so many times since the original Warzone. The first Warzone came out, and then Warzone 2.0 where they wanted it slower, and then the Warzone 3 where they went to try to fix everything, and now Black Ops, and they're just trying to make us do spins and while they jump and slide and fly and ruin, you know, 6 months worth of updates. And honestly, if we were to completely get rid of every bit of all of these crazy integrations for no sense factor or form at all, we'd be in a better spot. As a community, we would just be in a significantly better spot. I hate the fact that I have to relearn what my character can do. And don't get me wrong, I think the Omni movement is absolutely cool. I think that it plays pretty cool as well, and it's really neat to be able to do some of these tricks. But it wasn't necessary. You know? This isn't a world-changing situation. It's a game-changing situation. And again, the Omni movement feels great. But again, it's probably not going to have been necessary to break 6 months worth of game. Because at the speed in which it's going to take to probably get all of our original quality of life stuff back from the Modern Warfare 3 era, it's probably going to be 6 months. Which means we'll probably have this game working again by the time that we get Verdansk. And then, of course, when they integrate Verdansk, I'm guessing they're going to probably rank a bunch of stuff. If you haven't already seen, when they released Rebirth Island, basically all of the audio happened all the time everywhere. Yeah, that's the map that we just had 2 weeks ago. But again, they had to deport it over to a new engine because they wanted to make you go, ugh, when you jumped, you know? And again, cool concept, cool idea. Don't know if it was worth it. So at this point, I am coming to you, the people, who are the wonderful people who, you know, watch my channel and have these conversations. And it's very important to me now. Do you think that we need to continue doing all of these integrations, or do you think Warzone just needs to be its own standalone game? Its own standalone game means that all of them get to keep their own weapons. All of them get to keep the weapons balanced. When they get integrated, they're fine because they can continue to integrate them. But realistically, I mean, I would love to hear if there's a reason why you think that we should continue through all of these, you know, engine changes every time a new game comes out. The whole point behind the Modern Warfare 2.0 slash Warzone 2 was because the old engine couldn't handle all the integrations, and so therefore they were making it so that way the engine was standardized across the line, meaning that you didn't have to try to integrate new engines every time. And what did they do? They turned around and immediately made engines have to be integrated again. I'm at a loss for what is happening, for why they keep doing that to themselves. It's not like we told them they needed to change their engine right now. It's not like we've asked them to change their engine forever, enough so that way, like, cheat companies can't produce new cheats for their game in 5 minutes of every day of them releasing something, you know? I would love it if we had just a completely reworked in Unity engine and we just maybe stayed there. I don't know. Maybe stop trying to completely and utterly change the way that the wheel works. But yeah, that's my stance for the day, and I would love to hear yours. Do you think that Warzone needs to continue just changing over and over again? I think I made a bad decision. Do you think Warzone has to change over and over again, or do you think there's something more to be said from a game that you understand how to play, and they just add new stuff to it? Because at this point, I don't see the reason why we keep doing this. It's just broken game launch after broken game launch, and I think everybody would be a lot happier, and I think Activision would make more money if they didn't have to rebuild the game every time. You know. But that's just me. But thank y'all for checking out the video. I appreciate you very much. We have a bunch of videos that are right now covering all of the best weapons inside of Warzone. Best snipers, best ARs, best SMGs, long-range weapons, and all that jazz. All of it is covered here on my channel, so if you're ever looking for any of those builds, we've got those up and going for you. And then we stream here 7 days a week, or 6 days a week. I'm still not used to saying 6. My chat bullied me to not do 7 anymore. But 6 days a week. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing games, doing things, living the life, missing the shots, you know. But thank y'all so much. You'll have yourselves a wonderful evening. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, peace.